Module 8, Research Paper Writing and Presentation. 8.1 Structure and Components of a Research Paper. Title: a concise and informative title that accurately reflects the content and scope of the research. Abstract: a brief summary, usually 150-300 words, of the research, including the problem statement, methods, main findings, and conclusions. Introduction. Background: provide context and background information to establish the importance and relevance of the research topic. Problem statement: clearly define the research problem or question addressed in the paper. Objectives: state the specific goals and objectives of the research. Related work: review and synthesize relevant literature to demonstrate the current state of knowledge and highlight the gaps or limitations that the research aims to address. Methodology: data collection. Describe the methods used for collecting data, including the data set, pre-processing steps, and any data augmentation techniques employed. Experimental setup. Detail the experimental design, including the models, algorithms, hyperparameters, and evaluation metrics used. Implementation details. Provide information about the software, libraries, and hardware used for implementing the experiments. Results. Experimental results. Present the main findings and outcomes of the experiments, using tables, figures, and charts to visualize the results effectively. Analysis and interpretation. Discuss the significance and implications of the results, comparing them with previous work and highlighting any novel insights or contributions. Discussion. Interpretation of findings. Provide a deeper analysis of the results, discussing their meaning, limitations, and potential applications. Comparison with related work. Compare the findings with those of other studies in the field, emphasizing the novel aspects and contributions of the research. Implications and future directions. Discuss the broader implications of the research and suggest potential avenues for future work. Conclusion. Summarize the main findings, contributions, and significance of the research, reinforcing the key takeaways for the reader. References. List all the sources cited in the paper using a standard citation format, e.g. APA, IEE, or ACM. Appendices, optional. Include additional material such as detailed derivations, supplementary results, or code snippets that are not essential to the main text but provide useful information for interested readers. Point 2. Effective scientific writing techniques. Clear and concise language. Use simple and direct language, avoiding jargon and unnecessary complexity. Aim for clarity and readability. Logical organization. Structure the paper in a logical and coherent manner, using headings and subheadings to guide the reader through the content. Consistent terminology. Maintain consistency in terminology throughout the paper, defining key terms and acronyms when they are first introduced. Proper grammar and spelling. Ensure that the paper is free of grammatical errors and spelling mistakes. Use spelling and grammar checkers and proofread the paper carefully. Active voice. Write in active voice whenever possible, as it makes the text more engaging and easier to understand. Short paragraphs. Break the text into short, focused paragraphs, each addressing a single main idea. This enhances readability and allows the reader to follow the argument more easily. Effective transitions. Use transitional words and phrases to connect ideas and create a smooth flow between sentences and paragraphs. Proper citation and referencing. Cite all sources accurately and consistently, following the chosen citation style. Use reference management software to facilitate the process. Iterative revision. Revise the paper multiple times, focusing on clarity, coherence, and the overall structure. Seek feedback from colleagues or mentors to improve the quality of the writing. 8.3 Presenting research findings. Oral presentations. Preparing slides. Create clear and visually appealing slides that effectively convey the key points of the research. Use a consistent theme, legible fonts, and appropriate color schemes. Structuring the presentation. Organize the presentation in a logical sequence, typically following the structure of the research paper. Begin with an introduction, provide an overview of the methods and results, and conclude with the main findings and implications. Engaging the audience. Use a clear and confident speaking voice, maintain eye contact with the audience, and use gestures and body language to emphasize key points. Encourage questions and discussion. Timing and pacing. Practice the presentation to ensure that it fits within the allotted time slot. Allocate sufficient time for each section and allow for questions and discussion. Poster presentations. Designing the poster. create a visually appealing and informative poster that effectively communicates the key aspects of the research. Use a clear and logical layout with a balance of text, figures, and white space. Highlighting key findings. Focus on the most important results and conclusions, using figures and charts to illustrate the main points. Provide brief explanations and context for each element. Interacting with attendees. Be prepared to discuss the research with interested attendees, providing additional details and answering questions. Engage in scientific discourse and welcome feedback and suggestions. Handling questions and feedback. Anticipating questions. Prepare for potential questions by considering the limitations, assumptions, and implications of the research. Have thoughtful responses ready. Responding to critiques. Address critiques and counter-arguments professionally and objectively, acknowledging valid points and providing clarifications or additional evidence when necessary. Incorporating feedback. Use the feedback received during presentations to refine and improve the research, considering alternative perspectives and potential areas for future work. Effective research paper writing and presentation are essential skills for AI researchers to communicate their findings and contribute to the scientific community. By following a structured approach to paper writing, using clear and concise language, and presenting the research findings in an engaging and informative manner, researchers can effectively disseminate their work and foster meaningful discussions and collaborations within the field.